in the woods in one of our favourite dumps in Scotland, and we're going to see what we can find.
Yeah,
so
and we can see some things down here already, so
let's get
looks
cracking.
positive.
Okay, I found 2 bottles that are broken in almost identical ways. And then I found this. And I tried it on this one because I found this one first and I thought it's bound to be the bit that fits. But it's not. And then I found this one, and will that be the bit that fits? Yes, it does. It fits. I couldn't believe it didn't fit to that one. But now I found the missing piece. Oh, and it's got writing on the bottom. What does it say? JR and Co. Rawson, patent reg number and a number, and then Edinburgh. And I'll be able to look that up, and I'll be able to glue it back together. Oh, I like it. Fab. Oh, it's got writing on it. Oh, it is Gideon, Scott and Son, Selkirk, established 1780. Cool. That's good. So Alex did all the hard work and then I just come along and pull the bottle out. Lol.
Oh my god, it might be a good one. Look.
Alex has found a bottle here. Careful. Something else in there as well.
Oh, it is whole.
Oh, it's kind of a skittly bottle. Oh, it says it got Edinburgh on it. Yes, Edinburgh.
Oh, I like the typeface.
Yeah, look at that.
It's a cool type.
It's very arts and crafts.
Eildon?
Edinburgh. Yeah, very artsy craftsy typeface.
It's a good bottle.
I think something else in there.
Oh, that's a weird. Oh, look.
Oh,
Bottle
it's
top.
an ink. It's an ink bottle top. Oh,
Oh, it's huge. It's big.
wow.
It's like a master ink. It's stuck fast.
Stuck.
I
Careful.
can't see anything. It's
It's
so
much
dark.
darker than it looks in this hole.
It's getting dark.
Not just getting dark, but it's cloudy. Oh my goodness, if that's whole. I'm not getting my hopes up this time because it'll be like the, oh, Alex,
I just smacked it.
be careful. We're only digging because the bottle diggers left their tools here.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks to the guys who left the.
We know who you are. We're not going to pinch your
Put them
tools.
back. Oh, it's coming.
Here it comes. Oh my goodness, it's whole. It's a
got
massive
nothing on
ink
it.
bottle. It has at the bottom
That's
there.
got
Wait, let me zoom in.
something Denby. What is it? Something Denby. Does that say Born?
Born.
Yeah, it says Born Denby.
Is that London? I think that's in London.
Wow, it's undamaged.
Not related to Simon.
Wow.
We have never found an ink bottle that big
Never
before.
felt that so cool.
Wow, that's fab. Now this root looks like a finger. Look. Is it a bead?
Bead. Oh, it is.
It's a
oh
bead.
My gosh. I don't know how I spotted that.
Zoom in.
It's
Oh, it's lovely.
orange.
It's like
Oh, it might be terracotta.
it's like faux coral.
I don't know.
Oh,
It's not
cool.
glass.
Let's see.
It's not glass.
Fab.
Chew!
It's got,
Chew!
look like cherries. It's got cherries on it. It's a foot warmer.
Oh my gosh.
Is it whole?
Is it going to be our first whole foot warmer?
Don't get too excited.
Oh, please don't be. Oh, here's the moment of truth.
Ah! Oh! At the last minute, the end's missing. Now it looks like a post box.
You could display it like that. Nobody would ever know.
We'll leave it for the guys.
Okay guys, so we had a heartbreaker. Not to be taken poison bottle that's in 3 pieces. And a green one, and we've never had a green one before. But all is not lost because
This looks like one here.
look at this.
Poison.
Poison not to be taken.
And
It's whole, I think, yes.
oh,
Yes it is.
oh
Ah,
my goodness.
no chips.
Chips.
There it is.
No fish. No chips.
Poison not to be taken. And that's the first green one we've ever found. I'll hold up to Mum's light. There, you can see it. Our first not to be taken green poison. Yay! That is good. I'm so pleased with that. What does that say? The Jedburgh.
Jedburgh.
Oh,
Oh, no, that would
what a
be-
shame.
With its stopper in.
With its stopper in. Ugh,
That's so annoying.
what a pain. We can take the stopper, I suppose.
Oh, that's so... Oh my goodness, Alex has just spotted an amazing bead.
Wow, look, it's got gold on it. Did you see that? Oh my god.
Here, you take the camera because there's too much of a shadow from my
Yeah, it's a
torch.
bit of a shadow on me.
Here.
Let me zoom in. Oh, it's struggling to... Yeah, you can't see it very well, but yes, it's golden. And oh my gosh, that's an amazing bead.
Oh, can't wait to clean that up.
Can't wait to clean that up. It's just too mucky to
It
see.
looks amazing.
It's like green and gold and red. Wow. That is a good... I don't know how I spotted it.
Yes, because it's actually, if I take my
Yeah.
torch away, this is how dark it
Is
is.
this dark? That's how dark it is, guys. Wow, I'm so happy with that, just on its own.
We've just found a whole egg cup. We have never found a whole egg
We've
cup.
found loads of pieces of egg cup.
Yeah, they've always got a big piece missing.
We'll use that.
We'll use it. It's just a plain white one. And we found this lovely,
Japanese. It says on here, made in Japan.
beautiful. It's got a bird on it.
Looks like a stylized chicken.
It's beautiful. Or a pheasant of some sort.
Yeah.
I just found this, like we were just going to leave and I found this
Yeah.
just lying down there.
Last find of the day is a pipe bowl that we
Uh,
almost chucked away.
So yeah, last find of the day.
Hello.
Okay, so we're back at the bottle dump and it's a lovely day, but there's not
Yeah.
many hours in the day left, so we're going to see what we can find.
First finds a button. Just the front of a button though. We've reached this black layer down here where the good stuff is, so we're going to start digging it.
Okay, so we just found a piece of type and we've never found it before. If it'll focus. There we go. Alex says it's a bucket list find. It's a little row of words, so we'll be able to have a look and see what that says. Maybe print it on something at home. So that's cool. I've just found something. Hope it's what I think it is. Can you see it? I think it's a marble. Oh my goodness! Oh wow! Look at that! This must be the best marble I've ever found. Wait, let me zoom in. Wow. Look at the colour of that. Oh. I can't wait to get home and clean that. That is beautiful. Wow.
You see that? Only prize medal for Marmalade, and it says London 1862. So I'm gonna use my scrapey thing. Be careful about it and hope that it's whole. If it's not, I'll be so disappointed because I've not found anything worth finding today so far. And the sun is going down. Oh, oh, oh. Yes, yes! Oh, yes! Yes! Oh my gosh, it's whole, guys. It's whole. Thank God. Wow. Oh, look how beautiful it is. Oh my gosh, look. Can you see there? There's like oak leaves and acorns. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Classic. Oh my gosh. And what's it have on the bottom? Newcastle! It has Newcastle on the bottom. Oh my gosh. That's the best marmalade I've ever found. Find of the day. I'm so happy. It's not broken. Ta-da!
And it's a bottle stopper. It's got nothing on it, but you know how we love them.
Look guys, something else just caught my eye. It's a bead. Oh, and it is a beautiful pink bead as well. It's very mucky. I can't wipe it properly with these gloves on, but it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
And I think, if I can focus it, I think it's a massive ceramic white button. Because it's got a thing on the back, like a button thing. I'm not 100% sure, but it's a big button if it is.
Okay, so Mum's been digging over here. Oh, and this looks like stuff that's already been dug out, but we have found, Mum's found, 2 amazing bottles of the likes we've never seen before. This is like a ridged beer bottle. It's like a poison beer. So that's unusual, never seen that before. And then this bottle here, what's that say? McLennan and what's that say? Urquhart. Dalkeith. And it has its stopper in the top there, but most amazingly, I think it's really cool. Look, it has this crest on it, and it's a hand holding us
It must be Urquhart, because
a dagger. Yeah, a dagger. It's a dagger. But yeah, I actually have some old livery buttons with a hand holding a dagger, and I actually made jewellery out of it. So that's really cool.
But to
I
have
love
the
that.
lid.
Yeah, and it's got its vulcanite stopper in the top there. So that's quite a cool bottle. I think we're gonna take it because of that cool crest on there, definitely. Okay, so I was just digging away some of the spoil, and look, do you recognise what this is? It's a little watercolour paint pan. That's so known as little paint pans. How cute is that? What have you found? Oh my gosh, I love it!
It says Heinz honey and almond cream.
Oh my gosh, I love it! It's a screw cap, but it's it's got something on the other side. Oh, it's got it on both sides.
Look at this. It's so pretty.
Wow.
It's a little scene, look, a cottage under a tree.
It's a tree. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. That is actually gorgeous. Cockerel's head.
Yeah. Look.
Oh yes. Oh yeah, look, there's the little wattles.
And the beak.
The beak. But look what I found.
Wow.
Yeah, so basically This is our first ever, I'll have to put it in your light so you can see it. Our first ever amber stopple bopper. Never found one before. We found hundreds of them, but this is our very first amber one. How cool is that? It's a special sauce stopper.
I love it.
No, so Mum just called me over it. Oh my gosh, right? So I think you'll probably recognise this. You probably recognise this look.
That's the back.
And that's the front.
And it's one of the...
It's a reflector! A bicycle reflector, look!
I just made one of these into a
We just...
Christmas decoration.
Oh, we've got a pair! You'll have to make the other one, this one into one now. Oh, and look, it's a great example because look, it's like half still in its metal.
It's definitely off a bicycle.
Yeah, it's definitely been off the back of a bike. Like, yeah. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you just found one.
What a thing to find.
Oh wow. Oh, you got to make that into another one, another decoration.
Yeah.
They've got a matching pair.
I found this really unusual little bottle.
Oh yeah.
It's got writing on it.
Oh my gosh, is it embossed?
And I thought it was just the top
Oh
of the
my
bottle 'cause
gosh.
look how big the top is. What does it say?
Oh yeah, it looks like the look. If you
It's
found
like
it like
the neck
that,
of a
you'd think it was just the neck of a bottle. Oh my gosh, it's embossed.
Very crazed.
Yeah, it is.
I think it's been in...
I can't read it. It's so small.
Oh, I can't read it.
Cran something. Oh, I don't know. I can't quite read it. The reflections are just bouncing around too much.
Very, very crazed.
Oh, that's cool though. I love it. What have you got? Oh wow.
It's got glass, look.
Oh yeah.
It's got a ground ponton on the bottom.
Oh yes, it does look. That might be really old. This is a
It's like a vinegar.
this is a vinegar bottle, isn't it? Because we've got several cut glass vinegar bottles at home.
And look at this.
Oh, we're bound to have a little stopper for there.
I think it's cracked.
Bound to have a little stopper.
I think it's got a crack in it. Maybe.
Oh,
I'm not sure. But it's a beautiful colour.
wow, it's really heavy. It's so chunky.
A spoon.
I think it does have a crack in it. What a shame. That's beautiful as well. Oh, and a spoon. Got anything on it? Let's have a look. Oh, it might do, but I can't see. All these treasures. I might come and move over here because...
Yeah, 'cause
oh,
I
what's
can't-
this?
I can't see.
Oh
What is see? What is it?
Oh my gosh, it's a little teddy bear.
Oh
Look.
my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh wow.
Look how, you know what it reminds me of, that little dog I found.
It's like a tiny
You know that little dog I found?
I think it's a cake topper.
Oh my gosh.
That's just
That's
where
the
that
cute-
bottle fell out.
It was literally just there.
Wow. So I need to come over here.
I need to come up here. That was a sign that I need to come over here. Oh my gosh, look at it.
wow.
Oh my gosh. I have to zoom in on it.
That's amazing.
Look at its little face, it's so detailed. Oh, you know what? I'm
Oh.
thinking making casts of that.
Yeah.
You know what I
a
mean?
teddy
Oh my
bear.
gosh, I love it. Little
I've never seen
teddy.
anyone find a teddy bear.
No, that is the first time. I love it. Okay, that's the find of the day. Okay, so we've just pulled out these two things. I found this beautiful pink bead, and I think it might be a ceramic bead. And then Mum found this beautiful clay marble. I'm pretty sure that this is actually a clay playing marble because of its size.
Yeah.
Marble number 2. Another beautiful clay marble, playing marble.
Yay.
Yay. Look what Mum just found.
I can't believe it. I can't believe I saw it.
It is a miniature version of a bead we have found previously.
You see, it's got.
It's
green
like
on
a-
it,
Yeah, like
like a multicolored.
a multicolored, like speckled splatter glass bead. which is
It's a
amazing.
tiny one.
We have a giant version of it, and Mum's just gone and found the tiny one. Oh, that's so cute.
Love it.
Hello.
Okay, so here are all the finds washed up and displayed for you to see.
And we have to say it took hours to wash all of this.
It always does. Washing is the worst part.
And yeah, we've got quite an eclectic mix as usual, but some of our rarest finds, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, where are we going to start? Double poppers?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So we have found.
This is our rarest glass bottle stopper.
Actually, we've had to get some lights because it's the dullest day on record today. But look at that.
Amber glass. We have never found an amber glass stopper, so we're delighted with that.
We found so many stoppers, and this is our first amber one. It's very special.
So they must be quite rare, or we'd find more.
Yeah, they mustn't be common.
Yeah, so we love that.
So that's really cool. And then we just got a plain clear glass stopper, which is common. A pipe bowl
What about
here.
these two? Two
Oh,
vulcanite.
right, yeah. Oh, two vulcanite stoppers. What was that? Rawson. And what's that say?
By appointment.
And
Which means it's by appointment to someone in the royal family.
oh, okay, that's cool. And noble Gala shields, and it says on both sides. So Gala shields, this would have been in a local bottle. Pipe bowl?
Pipe bowl, we've talked about this manufacturer before in detail, so we won't do it again. But they are from Glasgow, and it's
Christie's.
W. Christie. Christie's Pipeworks is quite
Yeah, well,
famous in Glasgow.
We've got some pictures actually that I might put on the screen of that pipework in Glasgow. So
Yeah.
that's cool. That's quite a later pipe bowl
Late
shape.
Victorian, maybe early 20th century.
Yeah. Potteries.
Pottery. I found this beautiful fragment here.
That is very nice. I like that.
And it has a little cottage and a tree.
It's like a sunset scene, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
But unfortunately, it comes off very easily.
Yeah, there was some rust here that I got off, and it took the picture off with it, so we didn't clean it too much.
Unfortunately. Oh, it's got a maker on the back.
Made in Japan.
Oh, Japanese, which yes, of course, is Japanese looking.
It's probably early 20th century.
This is the same date. And it's like, what's this? A orchid?
Not sure.
I think.
Could be. No, I don't think
Maybe
it's an
not.
orchid.
Okay, it's some
Cornflower? No, I don't know.
no,
Just
it's
a
not
blue
cornflower.
flower.
And a blue flower, hand painted. And this is another Japanese dish. You
Made
can
in
say.
Japan.
See there, and this looks like a chicken. It looks like a cockerel, a stylized cockerel.
Or a
Looks
phaseant.
yeah, it's
It's really strange.
probably a pheasant, but it is really weird.
It's
I like
kind
it
of,
though. It's cool.
The pattern's kind of... You can feel it. Sort of
Yeah, you can feel
embossed.
it. Yeah.
Strange.
It's beautiful though. It is
Yeah.
really nice. Shame it wasn't whole. And then we got a few fragments of this pipe. What am I talking about? Pipes on the brain. Of this plate here. And it's the pattern's so cool because it's flowers and foliage, but hidden within the pattern, within the foliage, are birds.
Little bird
So
hidden
look.
there, look.
It kind of blends in with the leaves of the tree, but there's like little birds hidden in it. Which is so cool. I love that. I think there's a bit of a bird on this one as well. There.
Oh, yeah.
just peeping in.
And this is the obligatory willow
Willow pattern. You can't go wrong with a bit of willow.
And this one has Uncle Tom. And I'm thinking Uncle Tom's Cabin. Uncle Tom's, and I think it would have said cabin. which is a book, yeah, Victorian book.
Didn't you say it was American?
Yeah,
An American story.
Uncle Tom's Cabin, yeah.
And a cockerel's head. Not much you can say about that.
Some of his comb is missing.
Yeah.
But I think it's cute.
It's quite cute.
Over here we have more. We found a whole egg cup.
This is a first for us because we've never
It's
ever found a
in
whole one.
perfect condition. And when I was cleaning it, I found out the reason why. And it was full of like brown oil paint. So someone has been using the egg cup
Isn't that cool?
to mix their paints in.
And it's dried and they've
Maybe
not been
like,
bothered to clean it out, so they've
Can't be
just
bothered to
chucked
clean
it.
that, yeah. Maybe it was an artist who bought white egg cups especially to mix his paint in.
Yeah, because
That's
it's
ideal,
pretty
really.
like plain cheap looking.
Yeah. So we have an
Utilitarian egg
idea. We've been doing some experimenting.
Yeah.
And we're going to be using this for one of our
Yeah.
making projects.
It's
We're going
gonna
to
be cool.
painting pottery. So here is the broken stoneware bottle that I found. And as you can see, the break is nice and clean. So I'm going to be able to repair this. And on the bottom it says J.R. and Co. And I think it's J. Rawson's and Co. Edinburgh. But I can't really find out much about them. But if you look here at the bottom, there's a stamp on the bottle itself. And
Yeah.
this is the producer of the bottle. And I have a little bit of information about that.
Okay, so this says 26 Buchan 14 Portobello, Edinburgh.
And Portobello Pottery was in or near Edinburgh and was one of the main pottery making areas in Scotland. And Alexander Buchan produced pottery there for 60 years, churning out vast quantities of stoneware, mostly of the utilitarian type, such as this bottle, flagons, jars and pots and things like that. He died in 1904, but the business was continued by family members right up until the Second World War. After the war, they stopped making the utilitarian ware and started making decorative stoneware known as thistleware.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, they diversified. I suppose after the war, different things have been invented, like stoneware was going out of fashion.
We
by
found
then.
that quite a lot in our finds, that after the war, things kind of
because-
changed.
Yeah,
It's like with the marmalade jars. After the war, they pretty much,
became glass.
Yeah, they pretty
So
much
glass
stopped
was used
making
a lot
them.
more than stoneware.
yeah.
I suppose it was quicker and easier to produce than pottery, because if you look at the inside of this, it's actually been it's been hand turned.
Look at that. The finger marks and that.
So I don't know how they make those, unless it was
Can you
turned in
imagine
a machine. I
how
don't know.
quick they must have been to make, oh gosh, oh no.
Alex.
Oh, no.
no.
Oh no! I've smashed poor Uncle Tom.
Poor Uncle Tom's cabin.
Oh, whoops.
We'll put the bottle back in there. It is quite awkward to hold being
Yes.
broken.
Whoops. Sorry. It just says Tom's now.
Oh, we can give that to Tom.
Oh yeah, my brother's called Tom.
Okay.
Okay, on that sad note, that's not the only thing I've broken today actually. So,
Yeah, we'll come to that.
but next thing, marbles maybe.
Yeah?
Okay, so we found two beautiful clay playing marbles.
Yeah.
They were much cheaper than the glass ones, so more common.
Yeah.
But we've got this.
This amazing
Yeah.
cobalt blue marble which has white ribbons running through it. And this is a German marble and it's quite rare because of its colour.
It's
And,
beautiful.
If it had been in good condition, it could have been worth quite a lot of money. So,
But alas,
unfortunately, it is very dinged up.
yeah, it didn't look it when you found it.
Yeah, because it was wet
But
and covered in soil.
yeah, but it's really knackered. It's seriously.
We will talk about this.
Oh yes. Now this was
This is a wonderful find.
on one of our trips there. I pretty much found nothing but this, but it is absolutely beautiful and I love it to bits.
I absolutely love it.
Yeah, we both love it. So it'll be going on display in our sitting room here. It says Grand Medal of Merit, Vienna, 1873. James Kayla and Sons, Dundee Marmalade. Umley Prize Medal for Marmalade, London, 1862.
And so we think this jar dates from the late 19th century, even though it was found amongst early 20th century things.
Yeah.
So it's probably kept in the house with things in it.
Yeah, because we have really old jars in our kitchen that we keep things in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe it was kept for the same purposes.
So a little bit about Kayla's marmalade. And it's believed to be the first commercial brand of marmalade in Great Britain. And it was first made by Janet Kayla, née Mathewson, in about the 1790s, when her son James ran a small confectionery shop in Seagate, Dundee in Scotland. And it's said that James bought the cargo of a Spanish ship that had sought shelter in the harbour from a raging storm. The cargo included Seville oranges, which his mother used to make her marmalade. Janet modified the recipe in 1797 by adding thin strips of orange rind. She also changed the consistency from a solid form to a more spreadable consistency, and this is when it became popular as being spread on toast for breakfast. So where the British institution of marmalade on toast actually started in Scotland.
How cool's that?
And who doesn't love a bit of marmalade on toast?
So that's where it all began.
Yeah.
With Janet.
And so James Kayla died in 1839, and the business was continued by his widow, Margaret, and son, Alexander, who later opened a small marmalade factory off the High Street. In the 1920s, the firm was acquired by Cross and Blackwell. The company was sold several times, eventually being bought by another Scottish company of Scottish origin, and it's now produced by Haynes Celestial Group, so you can still buy Kayla's marmalade today.
Brilliant.
And what an interesting aside is that one of Janet Kayla's great-great-great-great-grandsons is Monty Don, who is the presenter of BBC's Gardener's World programme.
We love Monty Don.
We love Monty Don, yeah. We absolutely love watching Gardener's World.
We do watch Gardener's World.
So that's a strange connection there.
But this pot has another story. It doesn't just stop there, because on the bottom here it says S. Mailing, K. Newcastle.
And Mailing is a very famous northeast England pottery manufacturer. And they made a lot of commemorative ware as well. So that makes this jar a little bit more special. And it's quite collectible. So
I love the fact it says Newcastle on the bottom as well.
Because I'm from Newcastle.
Okay, so next are probably the most colourful finds from today. Or some of the most colourful. We've still got our beads yet, but this...
Look what I found.
Oh, we've actually got two, you might notice, and we didn't just find this on the video because this was given to us by a man called Mike, I think, that we met at the dump.
We bumped into him, and
an ex-bottle digger that was looking around the surface like we are.
And he gave us this, so thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. We love lenses, and it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Oh, it is gorgeous, though.
So I want to make something out of that. But look, this is exactly the same.
I know. And then Mum found this.
It's exactly the same.
Look. So I found one, and Mum found one, and they are absolutely identical.
So I'm going to have to make another Christmas decoration.
How cool. I think, yeah.
And it's funny because when I made the first one, I was thinking, oh,
I can't hold two of them at the same time.
I was thinking, I wish I could have another one of those. And lo and behold,
and
my wish came true.
They're the same age and the same brand, Fairy Light, and we believe they were made in Germany.
And it had the remains of sort of the tail reflector of a bicycle, off the mudguard of an old bicycle, so...
Aren't they gorgeous? I just love the geometric patterns.
I know.
Okay, so now on to our bottle finds. Our glass bottle finds. And firstly, we've got this
tiny little bottle, but it's very crazed.
It
Look
is.
At the crazing.
It's chipped and crazed, and it's absolutely knackered. Okay, we think it says Natterville.
Or Naterville.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway.
But it was heart tablets.
Heart tablets. Wonder if they did any good.
Well, Digitalis is known for treating hearts, so
Oh, okay.
yeah.
And this interesting bottle.
This is quite interesting, actually, because we have one of these already.
Yeah. Ta-da!
And it is a smelling salts bottle,
How cool is that?
or a smelling bottle.
I put that cork in there, of course.
It's almost identical.
Yeah.
Might be different ages. This has got sort of a ground glass top in it.
And this would have had a ground glass top.
Yeah. So it's a smelling salts bottle, and some of them were labelled tincture of lavender and marked as poison, but smelling salts were based on ammonia. So it was the ammonia that caused a reaction when you smelt them that revived you, because ammonia stinks.
Yeah, I suppose it was just such a strong
smell. I think
smell.
it produced mucus that sort of, I don't know, some sort of medical reason.
Yeah.
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 So one well-known brand was called a smelling bottle. It's Dr. Mackenzie's smelling bottle and Catarrh cure. And it said on the bottle, cures cold in the head, cures nervous headache, instantly relieves hay fever and neuralgia in the head, and best remedy for faintness and dizziness, which was probably better just to loosen your corset.
Yeah.
And that was from Mackenzie's Cure Depot in Reading.
So yeah, that's what we think would have been, the brand of these
Yeah.
bottles would have been. Of course, they've got no embossing on them.
And you can still get Mackenzie's smelling salts today, and I had no idea that smelling salts were still used, but apparently athletes use them because they sort of clear your airways.
How interesting.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
I know. I thought it was just something that
Some Victorian thing.
Victorian ladies with the vapors,
Yeah. And unfortunately, this bottle
Yeah.
is again knackered. It's sick. It's got sickness on the glass and it's got massive cracks in it. So it'll probably go in the bin or be made into beads.
Beads.
No, actually, yeah, we'll keep it for beads. We'll
They'll be
make
called smelling salt beads.
smelling salt beads.
Or
But yeah.
Mackenzie beads.
What are they called? Smelling bottles.
Smelling bottles.
Smelling bottles. So, yeah. That's one we've had for years, as long as I can possibly remember. So that's cool.
And I can't remember where I got it. Poison.
My favourite bottle, of course, we love poison bottles. Who doesn't love poison bottles? And this is our very first green poison bottle. We found about 4 blue ones, but this is our first green. And
we found lots of broken ones.
Lots of broken ones, yeah. And not only does it say not to be taken, but it has poison. Literally says poison, which is so cool.
Yeah.
And it had some sort of sticky, syrupy stuff in this bottle, and it took me absolutely forever to get it out.
Yeah.
So yeah, the poison was still there.
Nasty.
Now that'll go in our collection. And next bottle
is a beautiful cut glass. We think it's a vinegar bottle.
Yeah, we believe it's a vinegar bottle. We have about 4 vinegar bottles for some reason.
It's probably from one of those like cruet sets that sat in the middle
Oh,
of the
yeah,
table
yeah,
that would
yeah.
have had salt and pepper and vinegar. But it's got a ground pontil on the bottom.
Yeah, you
so
can see that
it's
there.
been hand blown.
Yeah.
Probably quite old. I don't know.
Victorian. Victorian?
Maybe. Yeah.
But unfortunately, the top is so tiny. We do not have a cut glass stopper that will actually fit. So it's going to have to wait.
It was cut glass. It doesn't have ground inside.
Oh, I don't know. Is it?
It's sort of ground on the outside, so I'm thinking there was some sort of.
Oh yeah, it's kind of smooth inside, isn't it?
There might have been some sort of silver lid or something on the top, and it's been taken off.
Oh yeah, look, it's around there. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. So maybe it didn't have a lid at all. It was just used to shake out. Very interesting.
With a silver rim.
And notice how crystal clear it is. It's probably a lead glass. Lead crystal glass. So next bottle.
Next bottle is
a Skittle bottle.
Baildon.
And I love. See, we mentioned the type on here, and it's kind of this gothic type, which looks really cool, doesn't it?
It's very artsy craftsy.
It does. On both sides, it says
Edinburgh. It's a mineral water bottle.
Yeah, of course, mineral water, and it has a crown top. And I remembered who made the crown tops.
It was an American.
It was an American called William Painter, and he invented the crown top. I think it was in 1790 something. Oh no, I've forgotten. The cod bottle was 1792, and I think this was like 1790 something. Very similar date, but I think it was the 2nd of February that he patented it on.
Yes, and I think lots of people think the crown top is quite modern.
Yeah.
But it was invented all that time ago.
I know. How cool is that? Yeah. It's Victorian. The crown top is not modern. People think screw caps as well. It's like, oh, it's just a screw cap. It's not that old. Screw caps were invented in the mid-19th century. So, yeah, they are actually quite old. It has potentially.
A funny fault in the glass there.
Yeah, it does. It's weird where the seam goes all the way to the top, so the whole thing's been made in one mould. But
so we think this is early 20th century.
Yeah,
like
it's
most of these things.
1920s stuff.
Next bottle.
We believe now that these bottles, the shape of these bottles are vinegar bottles.
No, olive oil bottles.
Vinegar bottles. I've still got that bottle on my mind. Yeah, olive oil bottles. Because if I just get this one from down here, so. You found this bottle eventually.
Yes, one of the commenters very kindly sent me a link to a picture of one of these, and it is actually an olive oil bottle.
So we think...
This being a very similar shape, size and colour...
Yeah, that's also
an olive oil bottle.
So that's cool, so we'll be able to recognise olive oil bottles in the future. Yeah. But on this Owl brand bottle, it's actually an extremely rare bottle. We couldn't find any information out about it, but
it just
very rare.
happened to crack.
And it was fine when we found it, but just happened to have like a big old crack in it. But yeah, we don't know what it's worth or anything, but we found it in a catalogue, and it's very rare. So what a shame it's cracked.
Yeah. But we got this one, and I love it. I love the top because it's got a smallish hole in it, probably so the olive oil wouldn't run out too quickly.
Okay, so this is an intact bottle, and it still has its original vulcanized rubber stop in there with the brand name on it, and the reason why we took it is because it has this awesome crest on it with the hand holding a dagger by the looks of it.
Yeah. And so it's McLennan and Urquhart Limited, and they were established in Dalkeith in Scotland in 1789, and a lot of these breweries were sort of established in the 18th century. But it was registered in 1909. After that, it was acquired by John Aitchison and Co. in December 1955 with 6 tied houses. It ceased brewing in 1958, but bottling continued until 1961, and then that was the end of that. And that bottle probably dates from, once again, early 20th century.
I like it. I like it because of that crest. And actually, I mentioned that I have a livery button. So I collect livery buttons and I use them for inspiration for my jewellery. And it's exactly the same. Well, not exactly the same. It's on this arm is on an angle, but it's very similar, isn't it? To my livery button.
Very similar, yeah.
I think it's really cool.
So that button could have belonged to the Urquhart family.
Yeah, which I didn't know, so that's good to know.
Yeah.
Okay, next up we've got this huge master ink.
Isn't that
amazing? It is just beautiful.
We have never found an ink bottle this big.
We haven't, and a whole one as well, undamaged. And it's a bit dodgy me picking this up with one hand, I have to say.
It has a stamp on it, and it says Bourne Denby, and that would have been produced by Joseph Bourne and Son Limited, who produced earthenware between 1850 and the 1970s in Denby in Derbyshire, England.
Yes,
so, they made a lot of utilitarian ware. And Denby pottery is quite famous.
That's cool. And so the master ink would have been full of a lot of ink.
So
and then
fill all the inkwells up in a school or in an office. Or
if you just wrote a lot, I suppose, you'd buy a big master ink and fill up your inkwells as you needed it.
And here we have Sloane's Liniment.
Ta-da!
And I have a bit of information about that. Okay, so Sloane's Liniment, originally sold by Dr. Earl S. Sloane between 1900 and 1920. And it was originally a treatment for horses. And it's still made today. The formula was Sloane's father's, who was one of the chief surgeons and inspectors of stock during the American Civil War. Earl Sloane started as a horse trader and made the liniment for his own use, but it became so popular with friends and neighbours that he went into business producing it commercially. So, yeah.
Yeah, so
Started off for horses, ended up for people.
And actually, we can see on the bottle, at the bottom here, if we zoom in, it actually says down there, made in USA. Can you see that?
Yeah.
That's cool. We've never found a bottle that says made in USA before.
That's so cool.
So yeah, that is definitely a first for us. Another one, another first. And this is Heinz
Honey and Almond Cream. Now, Aurelius Stone Heinz was born in 1844 in Livermore, Androscoggin, USA. Hope I pronounced that right. After working as a clerk in drugstores for 8 years, in 1870 he finally went into business for himself, buying a drugstore on Congress Street in Portland, in Maine. And it was there that he developed the product that would become Heinz Honey and Almond Cream. By 1903, the cream was being sold worldwide. In an advertisement of 1893, it states, "The superiority of Heinz Honey and Almond Cream consists in its wonderful purifying and healing properties and cleanliness. It is unlike any other preparation for the skin and complexion in that it contains no oils, greasy substances, or chemicals." And Aurelius married Ellen Elizabeth Noyes in 1872 in Portland, and they had 4 children. And Aurelius died in 1929 whilst on a Mediterranean cruise. And we think this bottle predates 1925 because the later bottles had Bloomfield, New Jersey embossed on the bottom.
Oh, okay.
So
that's cool. Another unexpected find.
Yeah.
An American find.
Another American
We've got
bottle.
2 American bottles today. We've got a humongous mother of pearl button.
This is the biggest mother of pearl button I've ever found.
It is, yeah.
It's huge.
That's the mother of all mother of pearl buttons. And it's got a little brass shank on the back there too, so that's really cool. And I found the obligatory glass button. You can see the mother of pearls coming off on my fingers. Oh, we've got some glass actually.
Pretty glass that we thought would make nice beads.
Amazing glass beads and some flat glass, window glass, which we are saving for a project we are hoping to do this week.
Yeah.
So yeah, look out for that. Midweek video, perhaps. And one of our favourite finds of this trip, and it's this absolutely amazing.
We're still not sure whether it's a teddy or a monkey.
It kind of got monkey vibes, hasn't it?
It's a meddy or a tonky.
Yeah, tonky.
Yeah. If it didn't have the head, it would be a teddy, but the head looks more monkey.
It's got little fingers.
It hasn't got a tail, so I'm thinking teddy.
It must be a teddy.
Yeah, it must be a teddy.
Yeah, it must be a bear. But we think these are cake toppers.
We have a collection.
More
than 3 is a collection.
So these are all made out of pipe clay. They are like a terracotta pipe clay.
Yeah.
And yeah, they all look like they've been made in the same way. See, they all have holes in the bottom.
Yeah, that's
where we think that's how they've taken them out of the mould by shoving something in the bottom and pulling it out. But yeah, we've got a little man, a little dog.
That's not a man, it's a teddy. Oh yeah.
And that's a man with his tail cut on and his watch fob there, look, his watch chain. But yeah, the teddy is my favourite one, and I actually did something with this cute little teddy.
Yes, and here it is.
Here it is. Wow, I'm turned into silver.
Actually, you can see its face better now.
You can.
Yeah,
so
see how monkey-like it looks.
I darkened it, and it kind of brought out the detail. You can actually see more of the detail in the cast now, can't you? Yeah. This is lovely and chunky. It feels nice and heavy.
chunky monkey.
But I was casting something else, a little gravestone, for an order, so I thought I'd just cast that quickly with it, and it's gonna make a great pendant.
The fur details come out really well.
I know, it's so detailed. Anyway, a helpful subscriber, when we found this one, actually put a link in the comments to one that she found on Etsy, and the one she found on Etsy was almost identical to the little teddy bear, except the one on Etsy had Germany written on the back.
Yeah.
So we know that this is a German figure.
Yeah.
And it's probably made by one of the manufacturers that made the dolls, like the bisque dolls and such. So yeah, that's that. And onto our beads, which...
little paint pan.
Oh, a little paint pan.
We love little paint pans.
I think we've got a collection of about 5 now from this year.
They're so cute.
Aren't they cute?
And the little bead that I found,
Love
see
it.
the pattern on it.
I'll have to put it on it down here and then try and zoom in on it. Yeah, isn't it gorgeous? Well, we think this big bead here and this tiny bead here have been part of the same necklace.
Because they were found in the same area.
Yeah.
The
And
same dump.
Mum was lucky enough to find both of them. And I believe these to be, well, thanks to Flo Fines, who left a comment when we posted it on Instagram. She said this is a splatter glass bead.
Splatter.
Splatter glass bead. But I did a bit of research and I also found that they're called end of day glass beads. And I think it's Czech. They're both little Czech glass beads. Okay, so they've made the bead, and I think they've wound the bead, like much like how we made our recycled beads, and then they've rolled it in what's called a frit, and a frit is just crushed up fragments of glass, and then it looks like it's been squashed in a mould, and to make this kind of
shape.
Yeah. What kind of shape would you... A lozenge shape?
Oval?
Is that
No.
oval?
Oval, not lozenge.
Anyway, so I think these different coloured shards that they've used to make this splatter glass bead was probably waste glass or end of day glass, and they've kind of recycled it to make these beautiful splatter glass beads.
Yeah.
And I think they're contemporary with the date, so I think they're about 1920s.
Yeah.
But I absolutely love them. They're collectible beads as well, and they're so beautiful. Then we've got a pink one.
Beautiful pink.
It is.
It's sort of swirly. It looks like it's been wound.
Yeah, it's definitely a
Look at that.
wound glass bead. Oh, isn't it pretty? We do find the most beautiful beads. Look at that. That's our most beautiful pink bead, anyway.
2 little clay beads.
Yeah, and they were kind of coloured, but the colours come off. So we're thinking about repainting them. And then
this.
our rarest, most amazing, most beautifulest bead that we have found to date is right here. And I believe it's a Venetian lampwork bead. And can you see how it's got this feathered pattern? So this is called a dragged pattern, or some people actually call it a feathered pattern. But it is a collectible bead, a highly collectible bead. And
it's got gold in it.
And now this gold in it,
Sparkly.
I am not sure whether I can't find any information whether that is actually real gold or not. And I suspect that it may be real gold used in that.
It's like dust, isn't it?
It
like
is.
Gold
It's
dust,
so...
isn't it?
Look at that beautiful drag. It kind of reminds me of like marbling.
Yeah, it's the same way they do marbled paper, I suppose.
Yeah.
They've dragged it through something through the
They've probably
melted
used
glass that way
some
and
kind
then
of...
that way.
Yeah. Probably used some kind of metal pin and pulled it through. But you can see all kinds of colours in there.
Fantastic.
Okay, so we've got a lot to get through on this very dull day, but our final find, and probably one of my favourite ever finds, is this down here, this piece of type.
And when Alex found it, it was like, oh, there's a piece of metal here. And I took it away and had a look and sort of brushed the mud off. And I'm like, I'm sure there's writing on there. And it turns out it's a piece of typeset.
It is. This is, like I said, one of my favourite finds. And it has a lot to do with what it says. Actually, that's mainly what it has to do with.
Yeah, because it has a little sentence on here.
not just a sentence, but an actual question. So let's...
Very profound.
So Mum's going to print it here.
Let's print it out and show you what it says.
Okay, so here's what it says. And it says, what is the alternative to all this? And then a question mark. Now, you might think, well, that's just really random. And at first I was like, well, it's cool that it's a question, but it doesn't really go anywhere. But then I started thinking about where we found the type in the first place.
In a rubbish dump.
In a rubbish dump. All this is basically, it's our treasure, but in reality, it was rubbish back when it's thrown away. And what is the alternative to all this? In a wider sense, what is the alternative to all of the waste that we produce and that we throw away? And especially nowadays, when most of our waste is plastic and most of our waste pollutes the planet like it never had before. And even going beyond that, our carbon footprint and, the way we live our lives and global warming. And it's like, so what is the alternative to all of this? Yeah, I think on that note, we'll probably say goodbye. And
we'll leave you to think about
and
that.
we'll leave you to ponder that. That's a good question. What do you guys think that means? What does it mean for you? If it's that's how I see it. But
we all have our own.
You might have your own interpretation of that. And we really want to thank actually this week everyone who's bought something from our Etsy shop.
Yes, because we put some things in our Etsy shop and within a couple of days it was all gone.
It was gone. You guys were amazing. You bought everything, and we have worked really hard, and we've tried to post.
We've posted
almost
everything off but the
everything
bottles because we're still waiting for the little boxes that they go in.
So if you bought a bottle with sea glass or pipe stems in it or whatever, that'll.
We should be posting them off this week.
Yeah,
early this week if we can.
Huge thank you to our patrons and everyone who has donated. We really appreciate all of you. And
people who've bought things from our Amazon wish list.
Oh, yes, yeah. Thank you very
much. You're so generous.
Yeah, we are very excited to use some of those things you've been buying us.
Yes.
Very soon. So thank you, and we'll see you again hopefully this week. Bye.